Welcome to the fifth dimension. I'm Cerise. Today we're going to speak about 9 reasons to love and how. When you speak and think with love, you enter a whole other realm of existence. First, let's talk about what the fifth dimension is. The fifth dimension is a higher state of consciousness, beyond physical reality, where love, unity, intuition, and spiritual awareness guide your personal experiences. It transcends time and ego. It aligns us with peace, purpose, and divine flow. We're going to explore how the way we think and speak with love can raise our vibration and transform our entire life. This message is especially powerful if you're seeking emotional balance, spiritual elevation, and deeper connections in the fifth dimension of awareness. In each point, I will include a real-life inspired story to anchor each lesson. It will also help you understand that you're not alone. First, let's talk about 1. What love can do for the soul. Love nourishes the soul. When we speak kindly to ourselves, we think thoughts of peace and compassion. We align our higher self. Our soul feels seen, soothed, awakened. And that's when we use affirmations like, I am aligned with peace and purpose. Those types of affirmations become powerful tools for internal healing. Your soul wants to feel seen. Just like a baby, your soul needs to be soothed. It needs to know that it's working in combination with you, with your brain. That's where anxiety needs to be put at peace and faith needs to be replaced in that area of anxiety. Here's a story of Sophia, a 58-year-old widow. She felt her soul slipping into sadness after her children moved away and her husband passed away. Every day felt like a gray echo. She didn't even want to wake up. She couldn't wait to get to sleep every night, hoping it would be her last night. One morning she decided to stand in front of her mirror and whisper, I am worthy of love. I am enough. My children are grown, and I see my love in them. Their future is my future. My husband is past, and he is waiting for me in another place and time. But right now, I need me. At first, it felt silly, but she repeated it daily. Over time, she felt lighter. She started volunteering at a shelter. She made new friends and even picked up painting again, something she hadn't done in 30 years. Love brought her soul back to life. Self-love. Now she's selling her paintings, getting grants, traveling the world, doing things that she never thought she would do. And not only by herself, but with these new friends that she has met. Now let's speak about what love can do for the brain. Neuroscience is something that shows the loving thoughts in you. Neuroscience shows that loving thoughts trigger calm and clarity in the brain, When you think love, the brain reacts with love. When we choose love over fear in any situation, our brain releases chemicals that reduce anxiety and support memory, focus, and joy. Now, a lot of us, when we are in a situation and we are fearful, we're worried, we don't know what the future holds, or we're embarrassed of something that we did in the past, that releases chemicals. And those chemicals break down the body. Some people believe that it can even cause health effects in the negative sense. But when we think about love, and when we know that this too shall pass, and we use affirmations like, everything's going to be all right, that is when our brain releases those necessary chemicals that reduce anxiety and support memory. Remember, it may not be a perfect pill right away, but with repetition, the anxiety starts to go away. Here's the story of Darnell, a software developer in Toronto. He was burning out. Sleepless nights, panic attacks, and brain fog plagued him daily. He stumbled upon heart-based meditation and began repeating the phrase, I forgive myself. I love who I'm becoming. Within a few weeks, his sleep improved, ideas flowed again, he smiled more, the fog lifted. What changed? His brain. His brain was bathing in the chemicals of love instead of the toxins of stress. And not only that, he became a better employee. And not only that, the software development that he was working with exploded in the software development world. And right now, he is making more income than he thought he ever would. Now, friendships are very important. And that's why I included this point. What love can do for friendships. Speaking and thinking with love can mend even the most broken connections. Love invites patience, understanding, and forgiveness. If you have a broken relationship and you know that person was a good person and you just had a simple misunderstanding, then perhaps give them love. Give them patience if they were in the wrong. If you were in the wrong, offer an apology, especially if you know that this person has helped you grow, helped you be a better person in life. And if you don't know what you did to them to push them away and you're just confused, it could be that they just needed time. Maybe they don't even know what was bothering them. Sometimes our friends, our loved ones, just need peace within themselves. And quite often, that's when they turn away. They may say things that they don't mean. They may do things that they know they should not have done. But they're not perfect. Here's a story about Tanya and Keisha, best friends since college. They had a falling out over money. Very common, right? Silence grew between them. Then one day, Keisha sent a voice note. And she said to Tanya, I'm tired of missing you. I love you more than I care about being right. Tanya cried listening to it. That one loving message reopened the door. And now they actually co-host a podcast on conscious communication. Love helped them rebuild what ego tried to tear down. And in case you're wondering, what was the money situation? Tanya had asked Keisha for money so she could go on a vacation with her boyfriend. Keisha told Tanya that the relationship was probably not going to last and that if she was going to be spending her money on that man, then she should be careful. Now, Tanya didn't like it very much, and when Tanya was on vacation, she contacted Keisha, and she told Keisha she was right, that the man was no good, and that he took the money, and he took off, and she cannot communicate with him because he blocked her. Keisha had to send Tanya more money. But what happened was, when Tanya got home, she got back together with the guy. And Keisha was very upset because Tanya could not pay both sums of the money back. Tanya got embarrassed and disconnected from Keisha. And Keisha contacted Tanya and told her that she never wants to speak to her again. Now that they have made up through this podcast, money is not even a topic. It is one of the number one podcasts, and they are making a lot of money through product placement and partnership with products. Now let's talk about what love can do for your career. Love adds meaning to your work. When you bring loving intention into your daily tasks, you attract opportunities, respect, and abundance. A lot of people, when they get burnout or when they just go to work with the monotonous feeling that it's time to just work and get back home, their work does suffer. Yes, they may be very productive. Yes, they may be making their numbers. But with love and the intention of love flowing through you, flowing to your work, you elevate yourself and your work so much higher. People feel it, people open up to you more, and opportunities start to be presented to you to take you to a higher level of your career. Sometimes, even when you don't wish to move to a higher level, you may say, well, I'm happy with the level that I'm at right now. But the universe is gently saying to you, it's time for a promotion. Let's talk about the story of Juan. Now, Juan lives in Sosua in the Dominican Republic. He used to dread his work. As a taxi driver, his car was constantly breaking down. Gas was very expensive. And he didn't have enough work during certain times of the year, especially in low season. And that's why he dreaded his work. Every day was like survival. But one day, he got a tourist. And this tourist was crying. She was sitting in the back seat. As soon as she got in, she started to fumble with her pesos, and she asked him, how much is the cab to the hotel that she was staying at? Now, even though he dreaded his work every day because it felt like survival, he did love the tourist. And he could tell that she was stressed. So he asked her in his best English, what is the problem? He could have ignored it and just taken her to the hotel. But he chose love. She told him that she lost her phone and her passport. And he told her, well, the hotel cannot help you. You need to go to the embassy. You need to file a report. and I can take you there. I'm on my lunch. And she told him that she only had enough money to get to the hotel, and she needed to contact her mom to send money through Western Union. He gave her his cell phone to use. He said, please contact your mom on WhatsApp through my cell phone. I don't mind. And on the way to the embassy, you can speak to her. This tourist was so shocked. She later posted a story online. His local reputation grew. Everyone on Facebook started to talk about Juan. Within a year, Juan launched his own car rental service. And not only that, he had jobs for other drivers. His love turned into loving his job and no more survival. He was thriving, offering jobs to other people, and tourists were lining up for his service, booking him months in advance. His love turned into a joyful mission. Now, health is a very important thing when it comes to love. Self-love, you hear that a lot, but really, it's important because self-loving thoughts improve your immune system, reduces cortisol, and even speeds up healing. Your body listens to your words. Your words have vibration. And that vibration is so imperative to healthy living. When you speak badly to yourself, it can turn into bad health. Some people say it is the law of attraction, but really, it is the law of self-love. Your immune system depends on you for feeling good. Again, those brain feeling good chemistries, chemicals. Again, those brain chemicals, very important. They hit your immune system like medication. Here's a story about May. May was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she added mirror work to her healing routine. Now, breast cancer ran in May's family, so when she was diagnosed, she wasn't surprised. She was ready. Every morning, she stood naked in front of the mirror and said, "Thank you, body. You are powerful. I love you." And she also started to incorporate different teas. She changed her way of eating. And every time she ate fruits and vegetables, she knew it was to nourish her body, and she would also speak to the food as it was going into her body. And she would tell the food, "You are going into my body to heal my body." She would speak to pineapple, for instance. Pineapple is filled with bromelain, and she would tell the pineapple what it was going to do when it entered her body. Also, lettuce is filled with oxygen. It goes in and gives oxygen to your cells, which is great for cancer. And as she was eating lettuce, she would remind the lettuce that it has permission to give her full oxygen to each and every cell. She even spoke to the cancer cells themselves. And she said, "I know you are cells that are infected, and you also want to be freed." And more, the doctors noticed faster than usual healing. While medicine did play a role, May credits her mindset to everything. She treated her body like a beloved friend, Aside from fasting and good speaking to herself, she also incorporated everything else that we spoke about. Loving other people, loving her mind, speaking good to herself, taking love to work, and of course, speaking good to her health. Now, loving also goes beyond that to your family and your pets. Love spoken daily in the home changes its entire vibration. Children mirror it. Pets absorb it. It becomes the invisible glue to making everything stay together in your home. Here's the story of Aaron, a single dad. He was raising his 10-year-old daughter and their rescue dog, Max. He used to yell a lot. But one day, he saw his daughter crying in the room, all alone. And he asked her, "What's wrong?" And she said, "You yell all the time, and now you're yelling at Max. It's not Max's fault that he peed outside on the lawn. We were taking too long to take him for a walk." The father said, "Yes, but the dog pee makes the lawn stink and it ruins my grass." The daughter said, "That's okay. That area of grass is not as important as Max's feelings and my feelings." He shifted immediately, and he realized she was right. After that, every morning began with a hug and, "I love you. I'm so proud of who you are." His daughter never cried again for no reason. Her grades improved. Even Max stopped his nervous chewing and scratching. The home became peaceful, and love changed their rhythm. As a matter of fact, even the leaky faucet, for some reason, stopped dripping. Now, love also helps your home environment. Your words affect your surroundings. Loving speech brings warmth into your space. Even a simple room can radiate peace. Have you ever heard of feng shui? Just moving your furniture around in a certain direction can help the flow of the energy in your home. Here's the story of Lucia. Lucia moved into a small town, unfurnished apartment. She couldn't afford much, but she could afford love. She played soft music, burned lavender oil, and whispered blessings into each corner. "This space shelters my growth. I honor it." Guests always commented on how peaceful her home felt. It wasn't the furniture, it was the frequency. Love made her space feel sacred. And although she didn't have a couch, and she had cushions, and although she did not have a television, she had a tablet. She sat on that cushion and watched her tablet like she was in the lap of luxury because her inner peace was so balanced. Anyone who walked into her home would mention, "Wow, it feels so good in here." She even eventually opened up a meditation circle. Because she had no furniture, everyone brought either their own cushion or their own foldable chair. They weren't going to her place for comfort and furniture. They were going for the peace in the prayer. Now you might think to yourself, this all sounds great. Love is a word that you hear all the time, but how do you express love genuinely? Some people, they do love, but they just don't know how to get it out. Love is not about grand gestures. It's not about going out loudly and preaching it to everyone and saying, I love you. Love is an action word. It's an everyday sincerity. It's about presence, not performance. Let's talk about Caleb. Caleb wasn't the expressive type. He often thought, people don't know how much he appreciates the things they do for him because he didn't know how to say the words. But when his mother got sick, he started to leave her small handwritten notes. He said to her, thank you for every sacrifice. You raised me to be kind. And the reason why he gave her these was because in front of her, he felt almost shy to say the words. And he couldn't figure out why. She was very expressive, but he just wasn't. And so, all these little notes he would write to her, simple little sentences, and she kept them all in a jar beside her bed. After she passed, Caleb said, at least she knew. That daily act of love gave both of them peace. It was quiet love, but it spoke volumes. You see, when you express love genuinely, people sense it. Sometimes it's just a little touch on the shoulder. Sometimes it's a gentle smile. Sometimes it's just a message reaching out to somebody and telling them that you're thinking of them. Now here is the important one that a lot of people do not know, and that is how to receive love. Receiving love is an act of humility. It means believing you are worthy and allowing others to care for you without guilt. A lot of people, they want to be loved, but they block it. They block it with insecurity. They block it with thinking that that person doesn't love them as much as they're saying it because the person doesn't show it enough. The person doesn't say it enough. But that's not the person. That is you. That person may be like Caleb. They just don't know how to say it. That person may not know how to show it at every single time, every single opportunity. But they may be able to show it when the chips are down. And perhaps the chips are not down in your life all the time. So they don't really have the opportunity to show how loved you are. Jamila, she prided herself on being independent. One day, her neighbor offered her to fix her leaky roof. She refused at first, but accepted later. As he worked, he said, receiving is a way of giving as well, you know. You almost blocked my blessing by saying no to me. That moment cracked something open in Jamila's heart. She realized that when she accepts things, it is not admitting that she is weak or unable. It is admitting that she deserved that good karma, and that person will get good karma by being there to offer her her karma. Since then, Jamila has let others show her love, to show up for her. And in her relationships, love has deepened. She now teaches others how to soften into receiving. She has a very popular blog online, and she speaks about different situations and where you can open yourself up and receive love. Because when you open yourself up to give love, automatically you have to prepare yourself to receive it. Speak and think with love. Let your thoughts be prayers. Let your words be blessings. This is how we raise our vibration, align with the fifth dimension, and transform our lives from the inside out. This morning I sat in stillness as the sun rose. The golden light kissed the horizon, and for a few sacred moments, everything felt infinite. That peace, that clarity. That's what love does for the soul. It brings us home. There are many people still vibrating in the third dimension, stuck in fear, pain, and disconnection. Does that sound like you? There is a bridge. That bridge is called love. It's an invisible bridge that you decide to have faith to walk on. When we speak and think with love, we become that bridge for others. We help them feel seen, just like our own soul. And we help them remember who they truly are. So love yourself fiercely. Speak gently to others, and trust that the energy you offer, it's creating ripples beyond what the eye can see. You are love. You are light. You are aligned with peace and purpose. Thank you for watching. If this message touched your soul, share it with someone who may need that sunrise of their own. Please go ahead, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button. It lets me know that you enjoyed your time here. And it also lets YouTube know that these are the types of videos that you like. And so YouTube will start recommending more videos like this, and you will be able to watch more videos to open yourself up to more love. Have yourself an amazing day. Be good to yourself out there and make today count. Thank you for spending time in the fifth dimension.